right, welcome back again, boys, to the Bayern Post. We just got finished watching Bayern Munich defeat Borussia Dortmund for the 7th time in a row, and at the Signal Iduna Park. Overall, the scoreline, it was a 3-2. It was a high-scoring game, 5 goals in all. Robert Lewandowski got 2, my man of the match. Spoilers, but
Of course.
A great result overall. What do you think?
It was a feisty game, that's for sure, especially in the second half, because from the start of the second half, when Haaland scored after or onwards, we were under the cosh. They had us by the, but like we kind of had our heads up our asses until it was kind of a smash and grab for the penalty. I don't know how you felt, but that's for sure how I felt. And Rosa getting sent off. Sucker. And I just think that shows the mentality difference between us and Dortmund.
Right.
Because I've never seen a Bayern coach be sent off. Nobody comes to mind off the top of my head.
No, he got carried off, by the way. He didn't just get sent.
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw, he got carried.
Yeah, he got carried by by his assistant. And I also think, I don't know if you saw it, it was a bit later in the game when Neuer kind of kicked it out and Bellingham kind of fouled him, and that's why he got a yellow. And like things like that, like little petty things, like, come on, man, be a man, accept defeat, and just, you don't have, it's just not necessary, you know what I mean? And
right.
It's just like, oh, and I just want to say, like, I know we're kind of how do you say, on Dortmund, we're kind of hating on them, but I just want to put that to the side and say, get well soon, Julian Brandt, mate. I was like, oh crap, it's gonna be another Eriksen kind of situation, but thankfully it wasn't. Thankfully both Upa, I mean, Brandt seemed to be fine. He was awake. He had like his head in his hand, but yeah, I think he's going to be out for the time being, but at least he's okay. He was conscious, and I'm sparing a thought for him. Get well soon and all that.
No, I mean, I agree, especially on Julian Brandt. Good thing, I mean, he was conscious, like you said. It wasn't like Eriksen. That's what we were all fearing at the beginning. So it's really great. And no matter the rivalry, I never wish like ill physical harm on the players. Just, of course not. No, hell no. And I mean, it's a good thing, especially because he is also a German player. It's always good to have more options for the German national team. So 100% glad that he was conscious. Hope it's nothing too serious. I just want to touch on that real quick though. The Dortmund fans weren't as respectful to us, by the way, because when it seemed like he was going to be injured, he picked up a little knock or something, and he went off, like just to the side. When he came back into the game, they were booing him. Booing him, bro. Like, how are you going to boo another human being for being okay? Come on, you know what I mean?
Now that's like who did Denmark play against? Finland when that happened to Eriksen. That's like the Finnish fans booing him for being stretchered off the pitch.
No, that would have been horrible. I mean, that's almost English fans level of
that is. Yeah,
honestly.
I'm not even German, but I'm saying we as Bundesliga fans, we're stooping to their level. Come on, we know better than this. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, 100%. But hey, I wanted to say this real quick. Bellingham actually, in the post-match interview, like actual interview, he was saying, hey, basically said that the referee was giving all the calls for us and that it was a fixed game.
Cry me a river, England boy.
So, I mean, look, I, in a way, respect to him for speaking up of something that might be too controversial. I don't believe it's true, but him calling it fixed is a huge thing to say. So, I mean, respect for the balls he has, but he's a prick. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's a prick. No, 100%. You, and not just because of this, because we're Bayern fans. He actually, I don't know if you remember, but he knocked over Manuel Neuer as well.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. That foul on Neuer. Yeah,
massive prick.
Come on, like not even Cristiano or like whenever we played against Barca or something. Like, not even they did that. Come on, man. I get it. You're a youngster. But in all honesty, I see Haaland doing something like that. Actually, but Neuer would just get up and punch him. You know what I mean? But Neuer's a bigger man.
No, yeah,
but
as a matter of fact, I saw somebody here on Twitter just say it right here. It says the only bad thing about all this ref talk is that it allows Dortmund mentally to hook off from making the big mistakes, and they did make big mistakes. And as a matter of fact, their player who cost them the match is Mats Hummels. And it's true, like he was directly involved in all the goals.
And not in a good way. In a bad
not in a good way.
He almost scored an own goal as well, right at the end where it was a corner for us. He almost like that guy when he was at Bayern. That guy was my boy. That guy was like Lucas level. But
a real monster, bro. No, 1,000%.
Yeah. He ain't my brother no more, but he's kind of like my half brother now.
I mean, listen. I love Mats Hummels as a person. He is awesome. Like when you see him in like the videos outside of the matches, like he has some good humor. He's pretty cool. He seems like an upstanding guy.
Yeah, him and Müller.
Yeah, they were always together too. It was pretty cool. I mean, he's a German national legend. He's an absolute monster. It's sad to see that he's down on form, and like he was directly involved in all the goals for us. So not good for him, but. Yeah, they have to sort it out. And look, the referee talk, maybe there were some harsh decisions against them. I believe there were some decisions that didn't go our way as well. But I don't believe it's an excuse at all for them to use that, to say, yo, we lost because of this. No, you also lost because your squad didn't play as a team and because you had a very weak link in the team. Unfortunately, that was Mats Hummels.
Yeah, and they're using referee. They're pulling the referee card, but that you're using that as like you said, as an excuse. For reality, you didn't play the best, and it's not my fault that Mats Hummels was dabbing and it hit his hand. You know what I mean? On his way down. It's funny how the pigeons got more game time on the pitch than Marc Roca.
No, you're right though, but no.
I'm sorry. I had to.
Oh, those pigeons were actually on the entire game. Those pigeons lasted longer in the game than Leroy Sané did. It's crazy.
Oh God,
those pigeons were crazy.
But speaking of Haaland, he's played 6 matches against us, and he's lost all 6 of them. Hold this L, boy. You know what I mean?
Right. And as a matter of watch, I actually really like Haaland. I personally believe that he can become a better player than Mbappe in the long run, just slightly. Kind of like the Messi and Ronaldo difference, which there's not that much of a difference, but in my opinion, Ronaldo is the better player. So, I mean, I like that basically. Like, I believe he has massive potential, but he hasn't beaten us. And it's not down to him because he has scored against us. It's down to his team, honestly.
Yeah.
His team just sucks.
To put it bluntly, yeah. He's done all he can, yeah.
Yeah, no, and they actually have massive depth. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, when you look at the team sheet, at the names, massive depth, honestly. I believe they have good depth. But they're just not performing well. They get a lot of injuries as well, so they are unlucky in that department. More unlucky than us for sure. Our physios are better than theirs. So it goes down to like the deepest parts of the club. You know what I mean? They need better physios. They need better coaching. They need just like overall a better team morale. And I know that, those are like 3 things that I just listed, and it's like, oh yeah, it sounds easy, right? It's not easy.
Oh yeah, no. Easier said than done.
Yeah, the team mentality thing, it's not easy. If it was, every team would be performing consistently like we do. That Mia San Mia Bayern mentality is for real, bro. It's not no myth. It's not no gimmick. It's a real thing, and I talked about it before here on the channel. It's a real thing. Getting good physios is super important to keep your team as healthy as possible throughout the grueling season. If you're performing, especially, if you're competing in 3 different competitions, like the league competition, the cup competition of whatever country you're in, and
The
then
domestic cup, yeah.
the domestic cup, and then the European cups as well. Like, those are three major competitions, a lot of games. You got to keep your team as well healthy as possible. And the other thing, well, just sort it out with your players. You got to be able to do all of that. Better management. So yeah, that's the difference, and there's a difference.
And I just wanted to touch on Dortmund again, and this could be another video for another day, but I just wanted to touch on this. Like, if you look at it, they're turning into a stepping stone club. Like, the Dortmund that won the Champions League in '97, that's not going to happen if things keep going like this, because they sold Götze, they sold Lewa, they sold Hummels, they sold Sancho, they're gonna probably sell Haaland. Granted, they held on to like Reus and stuff like that. They got Götze back, they got Hummels back, but after they were washed, do you know what I'm saying? Reus even had the chance to come to us. Do you know what I mean? Like, but you, Peinkis, under the advice of, I think it was Schweinsteiger and Lahm, he decided against. You know what I mean? Because he trusted Schweini and Lahm, and again, it boils down to mentality, and they're bored, and it's just it's a huge mess. But still less of a mess than Arsenal, because at least I just had to get that in there.
You had to get it in there. Just to go off on that and to touch on it very quickly. Arsenal actually has been on a good run of form, except, they lost to Manchester United yesterday, so blah, blah, blah. It is what it is.
Yeah, and to Liverpool.
Well, actually, no, it was 2 days ago, I believe. It was on Thursday, not yesterday.
Yeah.
But yeah. Sucks to be them. But, hopefully they get back their form so they can get back into the Champions League at some point and we can slap them up again. But
another 5-1.
Yeah, 100%. But I swear to God, I'm scrolling through this timeline and it's infested by that Bellingham story. It's taking over basically the entire story of the game. So take that as what you will. You're probably going to hear more about it as well. Some Marco Reus post-match thing right here. He said that Marco Reus says the penalty decision was harsh because Hummels tried to head the ball. Meanwhile, he says Hernandez's challenge on him was a clear penalty. And so, I mean, that's a big point of contention. Honestly, I believe, though, that Haaland was offside, though, before that happened to Reus.
I think it was his foot or something like that. Something really close or something like that. Yeah, I saw.
So, I mean, if you go back, I don't have the footage here, and I can't really show it, because the Bundesliga, you can't really show the footage. But if people go back and watch that, I'm pretty sure, yes, Haaland was offside before that Marco Reus challenge, so it wouldn't have been a penalty anyways. The Hummels, even though it is a harsh decision, I mean, it does make contact with his hand. It's unfortunately not in a natural position, so by the definition of the rules, it is a penalty.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't know if I just remember this one occasion. Speaking of red cards and against the rules and stuff like that, you mentioned Tolisso earlier today. Well, before recording, he had a 2-footed challenge. I'm surprised he didn't get sent off for that. You know which one I'm talking about? I think it was on Reus, I think. And I'm very surprised. I'm kind of like, wow, really? That he didn't get like a yellow at least for that, because that was a 2-footer stud showing. Like,
no, yeah. They've, like I said, not all of the calls went in our favor. They didn't. And somebody taped this. I hope that this doesn't get like claimed when it gets uploaded. But somebody like taped it with their phone. So on their TV, you can see here the challenge, and you'll see when the video goes up, the challenge that Bellingham does on Neuer. What a prick, bro. Because Neuer already kicked the ball away. He didn't have to commit to the challenge anymore, and he still pushes him.
Yeah, so unnecessary. Come on, kid.
And I understand, right? You're in the heat of the moment. It's the biggest game in Germany, right? You're playing against your closest rivals to them, at least,
Yeah.
You're
Bayern.
Yeah, you want to make a name for yourself. You want to show yourself here, but that's not a way to do it. That's not a way to do it. It kind of invalidates some of the things that, like, yeah, he's kind of a prick. But
there's a difference between showing fight, showing heart, showing passion, and just being an all right prick. Like, come on, like you said, he just kicked it, and there's no need for that.
Right. Absolutely no need.
And Neuer's like twice his age as well. He's old enough to be his dad. Right? I think Neuer's 35. Jeez. Do you know what I mean?
I've been scrolling through like the timeline of the game this entire time, but I'm gonna kind of leave the scrolling there for a little bit because I do want to talk about some other points real quick. So I mean, Davies had a low key showing, but it was good. He was actually chasing after the ball a lot, and I actually said this. Davies was chasing the ball harder than I chase my dreams, and I stand by that. That guy was running after it. The Road Runner nickname, Meep. It was definitely earned today. That was great though. I like the fight. 100%.
Oh yeah, him and Lucas especially. Oh, worth every penny. I told you about this man.
80 million well spent. See, that's well spent 80 million, even though it's a huge price tag. Not like Manchester United spending 80 million on a fridge. So all of a sudden, the Samsung smart fridge doesn't seem like such a steep price.
Fuck's sake. Smart. Oh my god. I've heard it all now. Fair enough.
And Haaland did good, but another thing, in the first half especially, that pitch was so wet. That pitch was crazy. Like, it was soaked up. Like Haaland, more like Hall Lake with how wet it was. That thing was crazy.
You know how you can edit this in. Hall Lake, not Holland, I just stole your thunder there, but I don't care. But yeah, that pitch was wetter than my gal on her. Anyway, I'm not gonna mention.
I actually didn't make that joke specifically because I didn't have a good comparison that sounded that great. But I was also annoyed at some points because, yet again, like it happens in most games, our players were scared to shoot at some points where we were right in front of the penalty box, but it seemed like if they didn't get it to Lewandowski, they didn't want to shoot. And I mean, I get it, you know what I mean? You want Lewandowski to get as many goals as possible, and I support that 100%. But if you're in a good position and Lewandowski's marked, just shoot it, bro. Just shoot at goal, and we might get a goal.
A deflection or
Common
something.
Sense,
take it on,
right? But our players were so scared to shoot today, you would have thought that they had just got done watching the Hacksaw Ridge movie. Desmond FC. I swear to God, Desmond Dawes FC. It was crazy. These guys didn't want to shoot.
No, but I mean, we nice one. Really, hats off again. Coman, he kind of did turn into Robin in the second half, where he kind of did take a shot, but I see what you mean. They don't want to. It seems like they don't want to piss Lewa off, because sometimes when they take the shot instead of passing or the other way around, Lewa kind of just says, "Oh, I was in the middle, free. I was looking at me." You know what I mean? Like,
right? No, I get it though. When he's free, when he's free, I get it. But like he wasn't though. He was marked. Yeah. That's what I mean. In those instances, when he's marked, and you have some space and you're in front of goal, just take the shot. Just take it. Yeah. If he's open, fine, make the pass. I agree. Let Lewa score, because he's most likely going to score. But in those instances, I feel like they should shoot. Talking about Lewandowski though, another record broken. Robert Lewandowski is now the player with the most away goals in Bundesliga history, 118.
Wasn't it 17? Oh no, it was 18.
No, it was 17, but he just broke it with 18.
The penalty, I was 18. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Right, cool.
Yeah, so
congratulations.
He got those 2 goals, and his stats were really incredible today. I don't have them in front of me, but some people were. Or as a matter of fact, I'm gonna get him in front of me right now because we're on Twitter, so people are out here. Oh, never mind. I just went to his official page. Oh well, we'll leave it here for now. But first place secured. It's really cool. I like that. Hey
man. Yeah. 4 points clear. You could have that, you friggin' tossers. Yeah. To us, yeah. We'll be lifting the Meisterschale. Fools. I just want to go on a bit of a tangent here. For me, it's a love-hate relationship with Dortmund. Whenever we face them in the Bundesliga, Pokal, or the DFL Super Cup, or as it's called on Twitter, the Marco Reus Cup, whenever we face them in those competitions, or even the Champions League, the rarity when we face them in the Champions League, I'm like, nah, fuck these guys. I hate all of these guys. Nah, man, screw you, screw Reus, screw Haaland, Hummels, etc., everybody. But when they're playing in the Champions League against someone else, I'm like, yeah, go on Dortmund. Hey, I'm BVB. You know what I mean?
No, yeah. Me too. German. Me too. I do that for all the Bundesliga sides. Unfortunately, they fucking sucked this campaign.
Yeah.
They got battered again and again. It's like, bro, how are they going to put up this much of a fight against us, but then go and turn tail against other opposition in the European Cups? How are they going to do that? Now, that's infuriating. But that's a topic for another day. It's another podcast. I also wanted to talk and touch on Tolisso real quick before we get into the match ratings, just because I feel like we just talked about the best player on our team, which was Lewandowski on the day, in my opinion. And now the worst player on our team, even though Upamecano made kind of a case, but, I believe because of the head clash he had, he should have been brought off anyway. So good thing that he kept on fighting. But Tolisso, though, honestly, in my opinion, this guy, Tolisso, was ghosting harder than Danny Phantom.
Brilliant.
Casper FC. This man's favorite Pokemon is Gengar because that performance was ghastly. I swear to God. Don't get me started. Like, he gave the ball away on so many... No, and not only that, I had to stop myself there because, the other thought came across my mind at the end of the game. Which, by the way, 10 minutes that they added, insane. That was insane.
I saw that coming. Yeah, with the VAR and with the head clash, I was like, yeah.
I saw a long extension coming, but I thought it was going to be 6 or 7 at most, not 10. That was impressive. But no, getting back to Tolisso, almost at the end of the entire game, Dortmund's goalkeeper was off. There was nobody guarding that goal. Tolisso had it, and he could have given it off to, I believe, Gnabry?
It was Davies.
Oh, it was Davies? Okay. He could have given it off to Davies, which I believe he should have done. But this man takes a shot, which wasn't even a shot. It was like a pass at an open goal. He completely fucked it up, like properly. I swear to God, this guy was like on some other shit. This guy was playing for Dortmund. Damn nearly. It was...
he was playing for Dortmund and Hummels was playing for us.
And Hummels won. There you go, painting him in a positive light because I like Hummels. Hummels won. He won that battle. He won it.
It's kind of like I'm one of those guys where like, ooh, it harkens back to that game against Boch, or no, who was it against? Where Lewa missed an open goal where he could have just squared it to Tolisso, and Tolisso was fuming. Which game was that? It was in Munich. I think it was against Hoffenheim, I think.
Perhaps. I do remember, but I forgot exactly which one it is.
But it was Tolisso came on as a sub, and he was just like, and he was livid, like he did the fist pumping. It's just like harkens back to that. Now you're getting a taste of your own medicine. That's why you don't pass, or that's what happens when you don't pass. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. 100%. But that was all his fault. I swear, he fell on the ground at the end as well. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I messed it up. I can't. He should have been brought off, honestly. And I'm going to say this right now, 100%. I don't believe at all that Marc Roca would have done worse than him in the second half. Marc Roca should have played. I'm going to stand by that. You know how I feel, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, Nagelsmann would rather play with 4 center backs than to give Marc Roca some playtime, but whatever.
He'd rather play pigeons than play Roca.
All right, guys, and that was our post-match podcast review of Der Klassiker, Dortmund versus Bayern, where we took home the 3 points to give us a 4-point cushion lead at the top of the Bundesliga. This has been the Bayern Post, and go ahead and check out the player match ratings, which will be a separate video, so we can focus on all of those opinions, and you guys could see what I thought about who scored horrible rating. But yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your night or day, wherever you're watching. Catch you guys on the next one, when we batter Barcelona, Jinx Protector, and Mia San Mia.